All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoost, and we have a lot to talk about. It's going to be an active weather day for us, weather-worn day for the Midlands for a couple of reasons. First reason is something we've been all too familiar with this week, and that's the heat. Take a look at our current temperatures in the upper 90s in most spots. At the Columbia Metro, it's 98, feeling like 105. Sumter, brutally hot, 99, feeling like 112 at this moment. That's about as high as any of our heat index numbers have been so far during this heat wave. It's a scorcher out there, no doubt about that. Heat advisory does continue until 8 o'clock this evening, but some of you may get cooled down earlier than that thanks to some thunderstorms. All of this hot and humid air is creating a very unstable environment across the Carolinas today. So far, we are pretty much rain-free in South Carolina. We have something called a cap over the state, and that's basically a layer of warm air that's several thousand feet above the ground. That's preventing clouds from rising and turning into thunderstorms. So for the time being, we are storm-free, but we look to our neighbors to the north, and there are numerous ongoing thunderstorms there. Not as much of a cap there to prevent storms from firing up. So numerous severe thunderstorm warnings toward the coastal plain of North Carolina and even up toward the North Carolina mountains. Some strong storms have popped up there as well. One thing I want to point out here is these storms are drifting southwestward in North Carolina today in unusual direction. The reason for that is because our upper level winds are steering the storms that way. We have a little area of upper level low pressure off the southeast U.S. coast. Meanwhile, we have that big upper level ridge that's centered to our northwest. So with the counterclockwise rotation around the low, clockwise rotation around the high, that means the storms will be tracking from the northeast to the southwest throughout the day today and across South Carolina. It's not something we see very often, but that's just one of many reasons that today's setup is unusual. Now we have, again, all that instability in place, very favorable environment for severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded us this afternoon to a level 3 enhanced risk for severe weather across much of South Carolina from the Midlands to the upstate. Most of us locally under that level 3 risk, including Columbia and Lexington. So a heightened risk, higher than normal for summer coming our way today. Our main concern is damaging straight line wind. By far, that's our biggest concern. Having said that, the latest models and even the latest look at our current conditions shows a little bit higher chance for hail than what we had previously thought. So I've bumped up that risk just a little bit. I don't think we'll see much of a flash flood threat, but this time of the year, that's always a possibility. As far as tornadoes are concerned, it's a very, very low threat at any of those. Our main concern will, again, mainly be those damaging wind gusts. Here's the latest check of Future Watch. Take what you see here with a grain of salt. It's not exactly right, but it gives us at least some guidance on the general idea of what we can expect today. I think we remain dry for the next couple of hours. It won't be until this evening that we have the best chance at some thunderstorms, but once those storms roll through, they could be intense. Our Future Watch is not bringing rain to everyone, and I suppose it is possible that some of you end up rain-free today. These are going to be scattered. It's not necessarily going to be a line of storms that rolls through, but more hit and miss in nature. But again, any storms that do fire could be intense with those strong winds, that potential for certainly heavy rain and for large hail as well. Once we get past midnight, I do expect most of that rain to be out of here, and our severe threat should be done by midnight as well. With the wind threat will come a risk of losing power. Not what we want to hear in this type of heat, but that is a reality for us today. The wind gusts in many storms could be over 60 miles per hour. In the strongest storms, they could be as high as 70 to 80 miles per hour. That's uncommon. That's not something we see every day in the Midlands. So that would be the main concern for power outages. As far as hail is concerned, they could be as large as golf balls. Fortunately, it's hot because the hailstones initially high in the sky are actually going to be bigger than that, but then they'll melt as they fall into this warm air. But still, as big as golf ball size hail is a possibility today. That is one reason that I would suggest bringing your vehicles inside under cover or in your garage. Maybe you park outside usually. If you have an opportunity to get them under cover, that may not be a bad idea. With the threat of power outages, you may want to charge your phones this afternoon. before the storms arrive. If you have any tablets that you want charged as well, maybe a good idea to get those charged before the potential power outages come our way. Now, if you do lose power for an extended period of time with this heat, there's a few things you can do. You can move to the lowest level of your house. That'll be the coolest spot. It's going to be hotter in those higher levels the higher up you go. So if you do happen to have a basement, that's going to be the best place to hang out. Taking cool showers or cool baths can help cool you off as well. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but those are just a couple of tips for you in case the worst case scenario does develop for us. Again, we don't have any thunderstorms in the area at this moment. Once we get into the evening, that's when the storms will be most likely for us. So I want you all to be prepared and have multiple ways to receive warning information, whether it's the Skywatch weather app, a NOAA weather radio, us here on television. I just want you all to be weather aware and paying close attention to what's going on today. I'll take you back to what we have going on right now, and really it's not a whole lot at this very moment in South Carolina. As I step off here and take a look at a message from the National Weather Service, they're saying they're working on a severe thunderstorm watch with the Storm Prediction Center at this very moment. So let me see if I can. All right, so no watch issued just yet. I'd imagine there will be one issued momentarily for the Midlands. So I'll stay on until that watch is issued. But again, in the meantime, here's where we stand right now. We do not have really anything in the way of storms at the moment, thanks to what we call a cap. But to our north, we have numerous thunderstorms. These are strong and intense. In particular, it's going to be probably these storms here out near Fayetteville and Raleigh in North Carolina that could move to the southwest later today and potentially impact the eastern Midlands. We are likely going to have additional development and storms pop up over the Midlands late this afternoon and into this evening. But in the meantime, we are quiet for the time being. We have that level 3 risk in place across much of South Carolina. That includes Columbia. We don't see risks this high this time of the year all that often. This is uncommon, but we have a unique setup with very unstable air. It's so hot and humid outside. We also have dry air well above the ground that's contributing to the threat for severe weather today. So with all those ingredients lining up, it is a favorable threat for some strong wind gusts late today and into this evening as well. It looks like that'll be most likely a concern for Charlotte, Columbia, Greenville, and just east of Atlanta in Georgia as well. Closer look at the Midlands shows the central to northwest Midlands has the best chance at seeing the severe weather. But everyone has a risk for severe storms, with those damaging winds being our primary concern, and to a lesser extent the large hail being a concern for us as well. Still waiting to see if the Weather Service has popped up a watch just yet. Still waiting on that. I'll stick around a few more minutes before that gets going. In the meantime, let's talk temperatures real quick. Hot afternoon. Not quite to triple digits in Columbia yet, but we're close. 98 degrees right now at the Columbia Metro Airport. We got to 99 at the airport yesterday, so just about as hot as it was yesterday. And we may get to 100 before the storms arrive and cool us off. There are several spots at 99 degrees from Sumter through Camden, North, and Winnsboro. All in all, just a hot day, setting the stage for that threat for severe thunderstorms. As far as what else is going on here, we're just kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to see what's going to happen. Let me talk about some of the severe weather risks here while we are waiting for that watch to pop up. So this is the general outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. These can actually get broken down into the different hazards. So this is the probability of wind, damaging wind occurring today. 30% for the areas highlighted in red. And when we say 30%, we mean within 25 miles of any given point within that red highlighted area, there's a 30% chance of damaging wind occurring. There's a 15% chance for those highlighted in yellow. The hail risk is lower, only at 5%, but I think a couple storms would be able to produce large hail up to golf ball size today. So that may not be as widespread of a concern, but it's not out of the question either. The Storm Prediction Center has us in no threat for tornadoes today. Again, we think the threat for tornadoes today is very, very low. But definitely there's a threat there for some wind and some hail. Let me go back to the radar picture. Again, we have numerous storms that have gotten underway in North Carolina. As far as locally is concerned, it looks like a couple storms are trying to get going here. Looks like just to the east of Kershaw County, so around Chesterfield County, Darlington counties. I see that cumulus popping up there. That's starting to show signs of a developing storm, so we may get some development there pretty soon. So that might be the first of our storms, is in the northeast Midlands here. Nothing show up on the radar just yet, but that could change sooner or later. All right. So Storm Prediction Center has not come out with that watch just yet. Again, if you're just hopping on here, the National Weather Service is working on details for a severe thunderstorm watch with the Storm Prediction Center right now. There will likely be a severe thunderstorm watch issued very shortly. I would imagine this will cover all of the Midlands, much of North Carolina as well. And our main concern today is damaging straight line wind. Isolated gusts as high as 80 miles per hour are a possibility today. There could be hail as big as quarter size as well. So while tornadoes are not expected today, there still could be power outages. There still could be trees knocked down from some intense wind gusts. Prepare now for the possibility of some damage and some power outages. Charge your devices. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive warning information. If you hear thunder, please head inside. We learned that lesson the hard way yesterday out near Lake Murray, where unfortunately there was a lightning strike that caused several people to head to the hospital. Fortunately, they're all going to recover, we're told, so that's good news. But again, if you hear thunder, that's when you head indoors. If thunder roars, head indoors. That's what we preach all the time, and we're going to say that again just to make sure you're all staying safe today. If you receive a severe thunderstorm warning today, that's also a time to head indoors, away from windows. Let those storms pass you by, and we're going to keep you posted throughout the day today and overnight tonight, as long as that storm threat is around. Our next live update will be coming up here at 5 o'clock on Watch Fox News at 5. If any warnings are issued prior to that, we'll let you know here on social media, on WACH.com, and on Watch Fox News as well. All right, that's all.